All right, welcome to another episode of His Wife, Her Husband.
I am Shamika, his wife,
And I am Patrick, her husband. Our purpose is to help you build,
and sustain your marriage. It's all in
sustain
these
y'all.
shirts. Mm.
From a biblical perspective, we are going to answer a question. If you have any questions you want us to answer, what was that? If you have any questions you
What?
want us to answer, please send them to our email, which is hiswifeherhusband97@gmail.com. His wife, her husband, 97 at gmail.com. So the question that's on the table, you want to start or you want to take it from there or what we doing?
It's the real struggles of marriage. The things that we have experienced on our journey. Is that correct?
What's the question?
Yeah, okay. And the question is, I was getting to it,
Oh, okay.
but it's okay. It's okay. I didn't do. Uh, but the question is, what was our toughest season of marriage? So yeah.
So because we don't know each other's answers, what if we have two different answers?
It's gonna be fun. It's
Okay.
okay, and we can just unpack and dialogue and reminisce
Okay. I'm gonna let you
together.
go first so then I can pick the same one you pick.
Oh wow,
Right.
why? Okay,
So I
you
won't be
don't
in the
have to.
doghouse.
You're not gonna be in the doghouse.
Mm.
All right. So first of all, being married is gonna come with struggles. It's gonna come with wins, and it's gonna come with struggles. That to me, that is all a part of growth and development. With that being said, our toughest season for me would be the newlywed season. That was really tough for me.
Okay.
And when I say that it was tough, it's not. I know that we have shared a lot about our listening. His wife, her husband, family know about the unequally yoked phase, but also pre that was or during that time was me discovering and realizing how much hurt I had in my own heart and life, and insecurities that I carried, the fears of being abandoned and rejected, the fear of being left, possibly left. It just, I don't know. It closed my mind to yeah. It was just really tough. It was emotionally and mentally tough. At the same time, as being a newlywed, I was a new mom. You know, just it was just new to adulting, and I didn't realize the hormonal changes, um, just a lot that I was going through. So I would say that that was a very tough season. And looking back, knowing what I know now, with all of the baggage that I carried inside, it's a miracle that we are here.
Hmm.
It's a miracle. We needed counseling and
Mm-hmm.
coaching,
Mm-hmm.
and that was not even a thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was taboo to go to a therapist.
Because the thought was if you go to therapy,
Mhm.
especially in the black community or
Yeah.
in the African American community,
Yeah.
whatever side you on, it was like, this is not what you do. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
knowing that you can go for preventive methods.
Yes.
In other words, I'm going so I won't have to almost give up during this season, this tough season in life. And that's not what you do. That's what European Americans do. They
Yeah.
go through the counselor, but in our community, we don't do that. In actuality, I don't care what type of person you are, what your ethnicity is, and what your background is. I think we all need some type of
Yeah.
counseling or coaching
Yeah.
to help us along the way. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I mean, yeah.
And think about it. You remember when we were coming up,
Hmm.
what we are experiencing now as far as mental and emotional health awareness, there was not even an
Hmm.
awareness at that time. And we were brought up where you don't tell the family business. You just let that thing it stay in the walls
Hmm.
and in the halls. You don't say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was just a thing. And yeah,
And then you
it's
find out later on that Uncle Leroy wasn't really your uncle. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
correct. You find out all of the lies and all
Hmm.
of the, oh, that's why.
Hmm.
That, oh, now I get it. It was just a lot of unhealthy behaviors.
Yeah.
And so when I look, again, all I can say is when I look back, that newlywed was the toughest season because not only did I have my own insecurities, the shame. I first of all, I didn't even think I would ever get married. I didn't even think anybody would even want me. So not only insecurities and fears, but even a poor self-image of even being valuable or even of worth. Like, oh my goodness, who would even want me?
Yeah.
Who would even? Anyway, you're gonna make me cry again. But the fact that you took a chance and you like to love me unconditionally, like my baggage was up front on the front end, and you still said, "Yeah, I do." Like, come on, I got you. But then my fears is like, but I don't know if you really got me, you know. So like, mm, so as I sit here and I look back, it's like that was the toughest season. Thank God for this winning season. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna let nobody take it away from me, even my past self that I still carry with me. She still wanna do some dumb stuff like think that my husband don't love me. Yes, he do. He do love you too. And so you're gonna believe the truth over a lie. You're gonna do that. Why? Because I got plenty of stats and data to prove that on the front end, he said he would with all that baggage. He knew he knew everything. You know what I mean? So in a way, it's like, man, if I could go back, I know that's not a part of the question, but if I could go back and do it again, not only would I just would be patient with me, like, baby girl, like you won out. You know, it's like you came up, versus constantly victimizing myself.
So
Yeah.
what was tough about the first? You saying the first three? What was tough about it? Not who I was, but like what was just tough about that first part? Because I don't think they because
Okay.
somebody may a lot of people know, but somebody may not know. So
Okay.
what was tough for you in the first part of getting through that? You know what I'm
Wait a
saying?
minute. Getting through trying to
The first 3 years, because you was
of
like,
newlywed.
yeah, the newlywed part that you
Okay.
said that
So
this was the toughest season for
the
you.
tough season was um, inadequacies. Right. We didn't have a lot of finances. We had one another, but then we were not seeing eye to eye. Right. We were on two different flows and frequencies in life.
Paths.
You were okay, Pat. You were clubbing, and I was like, not even. I've never done that life, so it wasn't like I to, could keep doing it. Like
Yeah.
I've never clubbed.
Right.
I was never into drinking alcohol, drugs, stuff like that. So it's like, okay, what do I do? Because I thought when I said I do, it was just gonna magically everything was gonna shift.
So did you think once you said I do that I would stop doing what I was doing?
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah. It was
Got
like,
you.
yeah,
It
so like
just clicked.
we walk
Soon as we,
together
so
now.
that's why you said she said, "Where you going?" Like I was going to go out to the club, and uh, and she was like, "Well, where you going?" I'm like, "What you mean? I'm finna go out." She said, "Uh-uh." I said, "What you mean? Uh-uh." She's like, "We married now."
We married now.
What you
Yeah.
mean? I just last week I left around 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. to go to the club. This ain't nothing's changed just other than we got a ring and we got paperwork to say we with each other. But other than that, I'm still Lil Pat. Like, what are you talking about? Like, nah, we married. Like, man, you got me messed up. I'm finna go
Like you
out.
can't go out. Like we
Yeah.
here. It's like you was here
I was like,
last
bro, man,
week.
she trying to change me, bro. She trying to.
Man, you talking about that, and so that go back to that toughest season.
Yeah.
You talking about an immediate shock, and like the alarm went off. Like, whoa, what did I just sign up for? Like, oh my goodness. Like, I got these babies, and it's me, and he gone. Like, I thought this what you wanted. Like, this not what we when we said he would see us through. That's not what we were talking about. He would see us through. Like, what you doing? It was just a shocker. It was a major shock, and so it was like, okay, in my mind, I was the default was just go back home. This new. But in all honesty, I can't say that I would have been welcome home because now it wasn't just me. It was two more. So my mama probably would have been like, "We ain't signed up for all that.
Yeah.
You made that bed, you lay in it."
Yeah.
I could hear her saying that. All right. So with that being said, the truth of the matter is, I really didn't have anywhere to go.
Jesus.
So I had to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So now the beautiful part is, you were never abusive to me, to the children. It was it was uh, it was
Abusive
dangerous
to
and
myself.
it was dangerous and toxic behavior that, maybe put us in danger, but your character was not one that was abusive or harmful directly to us physically. It was you hurting, you doing damaging things to yourself that brought hurt to me. Right? Me watching you make not make unhealthy choices. It was hard. But anyway, so now what made it tough is I had to be a wife to not necessarily an absent husband, but one that wasn't present. I know that seemed weird. Let me see. I don't know the word to use, but it was like you were checked out.
Mm-hmm.
You were checked out. You would check in, but you would check out. Like, you said I do, but like I ain't doing it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the bills always got paid. We had food. Like, you made sure we were okay. But I had to be by myself. So again, the tough
It's a
season is
it's a I hope I'm about to say this and it's true. Please don't reveal it right now. It's a blessing that you didn't commit adultery during that time.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I did not. Never. All right. So with that being said, um, I had to make that decision, because I'm not gonna lie to you and say that during the newlywed season the thought of divorcing didn't come up, because I knew that this is not what I signed up for. Wasn't quite sure of the vision that let me go back. I was sure of the vision, but I can't say that I ever seen it played out, right? So I didn't have any examples as to what the vision was in my heart of what I was hoping for. And so with that being said, it was like, okay, all right, Lord, I'm gonna divorce him. I'm gonna leave him. It was just like I can remember it so vividly. I was like, oh no, he ain't getting away with. I ain't. I said he ain't getting off that easy. You ain't leaving me with these two babies. Now, what we gonna do is do this marriage. And I remember praying. We had a white sofa. I remember kneeling on that
But you
white sofa.
were you were you walking with the Lord then when you made that decision that we're not gonna get divorced, or when you was about to when you wanted to leave me, you weren't in deeply in your walk with Christ at that point.
Correct. No.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, nowhere near where I am now. All of this is look.
Gotcha.
What I'm sharing with you all that I did, or sharing with you what I did.
Mm-hmm.
This was on. This was on spiritual legacy.
Gotcha.
You know, this is growing up in the church, and this is why it's so important. Y'all, make sure don't dismiss having your babies and having yourself in and around people of faith. That thing will come to life when it's supposed to.
Yeah.
You don't know when or how that thing will show up, but when that seed is planted on good ground, let me tell you, when it's time for it to germinate and open up and bring forth fruit, it will do just that. So, anyway, I kneeled down on that couch and I said, Lord, I don't know. I don't even know what to pray. All I know is I remember them little ladies in the church saying, prayer changes things. All I had was a prayer. That was my only lifeline. And I thank God he gave me 2 weeks of letting it rip. I mean, I told him everything. He was silent
Mm.
for 2 weeks. And I remember, I don't know what day it
Small
was, but it
still
was
voice.
after 2 weeks,
Okay.
that small, still voice say, I'ma change you. Man, I was like, ain't nothing wrong with me. He the one that's doing, you see, I told you all that. But I'm telling you, in that I'ma change you, I did give God resistance, but in the resistance, I had so much peace. Like, I was just like, okay, I don't know what that look like, but okay. and he just began to walk me through. And it's so funny. I didn't have anybody to go to say, "Is this the Lord? Is this the?" I didn't know. But again, he began to just open up doors. I began to be discipled by my good friend. I got with a Bible believing church and was able to really get in the word, not just sermons, but really get in the word to know how to rightly divide it, how to apply prayer. Like it was just amazing. So yeah. So anyway, that would be my tough season.
So only reason so I, that wasn't a tough season for me.
Yeah, you was
I
checked
was
out.
just oblivious to what was going on. So that wasn't my tough season. My tough season came after salvation,
Yeah,
being married to Shamika,
a
um,
believing spouse.
a believing spouse,
Tell your
a
believing spouse.
believing, stubborn believing
That was still in
spouse.
herself. Come on.
So for me, it was around the 14th year of marriage, our 14th anniversary. Now, the main reason why I'm saying this is because she mentioned during those beginning years, she wanted to divorce. I didn't. Well, I'm doing the thing. But the 14th year, I wanted a divorce. Like I couldn't deal with the mouth, the attitude, I
Unappreciation.
felt disrespected. I felt unappreciative. I felt like there was nothing I could do to satisfy her. Now I'm not knowing about all this baggage that she got going on that she claiming. And I told my son one time it wasn't until the 15th year of marriage that my wife finally decided that she believed I wasn't going anywhere. I'm like, what? It took you 15 years to realize, bro, I'm in this thing. Like, if I ain't do it the first three, what we doing? So, in that 14th year, I didn't feel respected. I didn't feel loved. Like she would just talk crazy, and I'm like, oh no, this ain't it. For about 2 weeks, we were roommates basically. You know how on the bed you feel the what is it the seams of the mattress. I don't know how I fit my little self. That queen size felt like a California king bed. We were so far from each other. We were sleeping
Mercy.
on both corners of the bed, and I was
Mercy.
cool with that. And then
Mercy.
when we walked past each other, we walked with our backs toward each other because
Yeah.
no talking, or if we did, it was you hungry? Yeah. Food in there. I'm done with dinner. You fixing your plate? Nope. Yep. Like it was just those one word answers and one word questions. You done? Done? No. Okay. It was just that. But I was so frustrated because I didn't like how she was talking. I'm like, bruh, she get on my so I'm blaming God. I'm telling God, why would you wait to this time to show me that my marriage is done? Like what did he got to do with that? I said, God, why would you wait this time? All these years I've spent, and now you want to show me that this ain't the right, like this ain't who I'm supposed to be with. Like God, what we doing? What's going on? You know? Okay, I want a divorce. Yeah, we doing this. I can't do this no more. I don't want to be with her. She's so rude. She's so this. Da, 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 da. And so I'm praying to God. Same thing. I'm going to God. She this, she that, she this. God, da 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 da, da, running down like a switch. I'm just, I'm just, I'm
Mercy,
just telling
baby.
everything. And again, small still voice, and I was like, God, what do I do in this place? What do I do? Because I don't know what else to do. And God said, the small, still voice said, love her more. What? Huh? Love her more. I'm like, nah, that's not going to work. That's not going to
His
work.
coaching is impeccable.
I'm like, no. He's like, no. All that you used to do that times 10, basically. Love her more. All that you used to say that and more. All that you used to do that and more. I'm like, but you know her mouth. If I do this and I get the wrong response, I'm going to be upset. And I don't want the rejection. Like, I don't want that feeling. I don't want to be rejected by my wife. So I don't really want to do this. And we sat down, and I said we sat down like me and God, and we just talked, and I prayed, and I'm like, okay. And in my mind, I'm trying to reason that this got to be me. Like this, okay, this is me just going off on the deep end. But it was like, okay, God, and I'm praying, and y'all know, if y'all don't know me, stuff like that, I need something else, like something else, God. Like I'm just in deep prayer because I'm ready to let go. I'll pay for whatever it needs to be paid just to get out of this. So I took God at His word. God said, whatever I used to say that and more. And the first comment, I think I said something to her, and exactly what I knew she was going to do, she did. She said something real smart out the way, something real sarcastic or
Yeah,
facetious.
sarcasm
I
was
don't know what
ruling
was
during
that.
that time.
And I was like, see, I knew it, but it was like, no, keep doing it, because I'm thinking to myself, I think one of the things I did when I first came to Christ to even learn how to love my wife is how is God with me. So it was like, okay, wait a minute, okay. Now I got to go back to loving someone difficult. In my book, she was difficult to love, and I just poured it on. Whatever I would say more of it. Whatever I would do it more. Like everything I did and said before the cookie, I did that plus 10 or times 10. And little did I know a turnaround would actually happen. Now, I think if I remember correctly, it was maybe a 2 week turnaround for me at that 14 year that I was done. And so while I'm over here thinking about divorce, my wife is over there planning a what they call those renewal,
Marriage renewal
a
on wedding.
marriage renewal. We had
Mm-hmm.
just joined Hope Church, and her friend was a photographer at that time. And little did I know, Pastor Rufus was about to do our renewal, and we took pictures. And our godparents, Blair and Karen, watched all of the children that weekend so that we can have a good time. And that got us through. But that
Mm-hmm.
was, and I'm saying tough is because I really didn't want to do it anymore, and I just listened to God. I took a chance on I took a chance on doing what God said at the time He said do it. And for me or for us, it worked out. From that point on, so typically I tell people we we were like this. We were up, down, up, down, up, down. From that point on, from the 14th to now, which is about to be the 28th marriage, it's so we still have your
28th year in
28th
marriage.
year, 28th, the 28th year. It's like a slow climb. You look in the stocks. If you look at the stock market, when there's a climb, it doesn't shoot straight up. It does this, boom, bump in the road, boom, bump in the road, boom, bump in the road. But there are always higher highs in the marriage that's now from the 14th year to the soon to be 28th year. We're only experiencing, praise be to God, we're only experiencing higher highs. That's when we adopted the date day, that during this time, this is dedicated solely to us. Also, we adopted uh, weekends, and I think that helped out as well. In other words, she would spend either a day or a weekend without, just by herself, just so she can breathe away from the children and from myself. And I would do the same thing, but and it's just me. And actually, for us, it was really just us getting with God. We really just took time to get with God and just be in His presence for that weekend or for that day at a hotel room. And then they would come back and pick me up. I would go back and pick her up. And so we took those quote unquote small vacations from that point, and I think it really helped us out. So that was my particular toughest season for our marriage.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we know that in marriage there are tough seasons. And so we would love to hear your story. What has been your tough season? What how have you gotten through?
Yeah.
How have you gotten over? We want to hear your story.
Yeah.
So put that down in the chat
In the chat, in
in
the
the
comment
box.
section.
Comment section. I
and
couldn't think of
and
that.
what are you doing to get through it now?
Yeah.
Because you may not be out of it now.
Yeah.
But what are you doing now to get through? Yep.
Yeah, that's
Anything else?
good. Yeah. I do want to share too that in marriage, and just you sharing, in marriage, I think that we may have shown up thinking that struggle was not going to be present. And so, what I gather from us sharing our story is that life is full of struggles. But how are you? Who are you? What are you going to get the to get over the struggle, to get to grow through it? And again, I'm not just saying go, because a lot of time we try to zoom through it, but it's like growing through the process. And so just think, if when we hit our toughest season, we did not go to the Lord in prayer, it probably would have ended a whole lot different. Because the reality is this: some people are not going to God because God is not their God. So they're going to the drugs, or they're going to friends that are toxic. They're going to maybe even family that's toxic. They don't even know, because see, we automatically think that outsiders or strangers are the ones that's doing us in. It's the kin folks that will do you in, because they see you heading somewhere that our family don't. We don't march like that. So, or they going to the bottle. Like, if people are, what I'm learning now is that we all have our coping mechanism. Even if it's a fight, like fighting, that means that something is going on in our mind where we feel attacked. You're going to either fight, flight, freeze. You're going to do those to try to try to get through the situation. So anyway, with that being said, just listen to our story. I want to tell the Lord thank you for being our
Our
coach.
anchor.
He
Yeah,
would give
our
his
coach. Yeah.
he coached us through, and
Yeah.
the word of God say that he is a mighty counselor. And thank God that even in our wanting to balk on our promise, on our commitment to one another, guess what? He said, "No, love her more." That means he was looking out for me. That's what I heard this time. That he was like, "No, that's my baby girl. Like, just love her more. I know what she need, right?" And in actuality, I did need that. And so even for you, he's like, "No, no, 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 no." When I went to him, and I was like, "Patrick, Patrick, 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 Patrick." He's like, "Well, no, I'm gonna work on you, cause when I work on you, he's visual. He's gonna see the change."
Good.
And so again, it's like just trusting the coach and him giving us the plays, play by play. He giving us one decision, one choice to make, and we still have free will. We had the opportunity to not do it. But because we do love him, and even though we was in a tough place, in a tough season, it was like, I still want to win. I'm not willing to give this in. So it's like, what do you want me to do? Okay, get the flowers. Okay, fix him dinner. Okay, show up for her. Text her that you love her. Okay, be up when he come home. It's those things. Because at the end of the day, we could have not, chose not to listen to him and ran our own route. But that was not in his plan, and I thank him for his small, still voice. He didn't yell at us. Amen. We didn't have to hit brick walls, because those minister too. But but I thank God for his small, still voice getting us through that tough season. So yeah.
All right. So you heard it first. You heard it here. If you enjoyed the video, share the video with someone that it may benefit. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to our channel. Give us a thumbs up, as well as hit the bell notification, so that when we drop new videos, you'll be the first one to get it. Also, if you're looking for Shamik and I to coach you all in your marriage, there's a link in the description box. You can go to www.hiswifeherhusband. No, yeah, www.hiswifeherhusband.net. www.hiswifeherhusband.net, and you can book your discovery call there. In that booking, or in that call,
The
you'll
discovery.
get in the discovery call, you'll get at least a 30 to 40-minute coaching with that. But we're using that to determine whether or not we're a good fit for you, and if you're a good fit for us. So with that being said, make sure you go on now, hit the link, click on the website and book your coaching discovery call today. Is that good?
That's good.
All right. Take care.
Take care.
You believe your marriage is in need of coaching? Shamika and I are certified marriage and life coaches. Just log into our website, www.hiswifeherhusband.net, to book your discovery call.
Wives, if you are looking for one-on-one coaching, put his wife in the notes section.
Husbands, if you are looking for one-on-one coaching, put her husband in the notes section.
Husbands and wives, if you are looking for marriage coaching as a couple, put his wife, her husband in the notes section.
Remember, our purpose is to help you build
and sustain your marriage
from a biblical perspective.
So go on over to www.hiswifeherhusband.net to schedule your discovery call today.